All praises. Campbell na tatanzambi Yamazulu. Kimfumo kyakuisa. Zambi mawesha. Zambi akabenisha. Nkulu kulu. Zambi kalunga. Zambi Zambi umbote. Zambi malamu. Zambi monene. Kembo hallelujah. Moringo nangai. Zambi nangai. Zambi nangai. Okay. We give you all praises to Tatanzambi Kembo Wikichila. Hope that you will listen. Welcome, Kwisi Yambote, to this message. And today is going to be a very intense understanding of how people continue to be deceived by the enemy. And I know it's the sorcerer. He's a very clever and able to manipulate the narrative, because the whole concept is he wants you to come to his party when all this is done. And this is the whole concept, is the true awakening is those that were realizing we were going to the sorcerer's party and not the Most High's party. Okay. And we're going to talk about how he was able to manipulate this concept among the nations so that they would not see. And if anybody could see, you were the threat. Okay. We're going to talk about how far they went to change. When it talks about times, changing times, laws, and seasons, that's literally putting you on another timeline. Okay. It means that you're not on the Father's time, you're on his time. And what people don't understand is anybody who is not following the laws, statutes, and commandments and the time constraints of the Father are by default a pagan. Okay, so we're going to talk about why you cannot break people of the habit of Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. Because for one, it's all about the spirit. You can say Jesus Christ in the spirit of Tatanzambi, okay? But if you know the name, it's better to say it, Yeshua. Now you say Yeshua, whatever, that's fine. It's all about the spirit. Yahweh, it's all about the spirit. This is how people are getting deceived. I said, the whole point of the wealthy elites and the Luciferian elites and those who run this world, they do not want you to know the name of the God who poured out his spirit on all flesh. When you know the name of the God who poured out his spirit on all flesh, then they lose control of the plantation that you don't even realize that you're on. Everybody's on a plantation. They just made it look good. You know, basically, as I'm going to break it down, they made you fight over, celebrate, enjoy, be proud of, and continue to be ignorant of the slaughterhouse. Okay? So that you would think that you're going to the party of the one who did create the heavens and the earth, when you're going to the God of the slaughterhouse party, which is what the secret societies are meant to keep secret. This is what they go through, all the trouble of all of their stuff that they're doing, because they want as many of the Most High's chosen people to join the fact that Alice, as they like to call us, can't stay her little behind away out of the rabbit hole, and always wants to come around the false gods that they want to chase. So they play games with her, which is really representing the Banabeto Visolele, because as throughout our history, we always seem to have this problem with disobedience. We always want to love Baal than the Most High. Now, I'm going to dispel this whole deception about Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. None of these religions started in Europe. It's a lie. If they keep telling you this, run away from the sorcerer, because he's the one that created them. And he lived in Africa. And he's a liar. Okay, I'm going to even show you this guy shared with me Golgotha. Now, there's a person that wanted me to break down more about African connections, which is fine. This is why they don't want you to know the source. And this is why the sorcerer himself going to keep you practicing Judaism in the form of the Messiah, which is really Canaanite gods. This is all. The Canaanites were, in fact, Africans. If they're telling you otherwise, they're full of crap. They call it from my zone. Okay, the Hamitic tribes were, in fact, African. They are the Christians because they created it. Because Christianity is the worship of the god Ra. That's all it is on the cross. Ra crucified. Islam, Ra is God and Muhammad is his prophet. Judaism is all about Ra and the Torah. Okay? Judaism is sacrificing to Nimrod, Osiris, the deceiver. This is why even now you have all the religions, Hinduism, Buddhists, all these other things, they are all affiliated with blood sacrifice to Baal. Now in Christianity, they're doing it symbolically and not physically, which is the deception that they don't understand is what Rome created, that the protests never reversed. You're always sacrificing in the temple of Baal. If you don't want to believe me, you're getting ready to go to his party. He is the last roundup right now is the tares. He has tricked the world to think that the tares are good and the wheat are bad, while it's the other way around. The authority to do anything comes from the God of the Banabetu. That's why when we look at our brother Ron and his fight and the things that's going on in the land for people who are working hard to wake up our people, you got to understand colonial religions are based off of Egyptian practices. 100%. They don't see it because this is the concept of the liar. So it's all African, the Most High's way and the Egyptian gods, because Babylon was in Africa. So you can always continue to mix the two together without realizing it. And Nzila, Congo, and Zambi, Bantwe is not Canaanite. Not even a little bit. So then now you got to realize there's ways to be openly obvious about the Canaanite beliefs, and then there's a way to hide it, to keep it subtle. All they did to the Christians is they got you to stand still and sing instead of move and sing. That's why we used to move and dance. The Christians just stand there. Okay, why? Because when you go to the satanic rituals, he put them 6 feet apart. They stand there and they just go like this. And then they sing to him. They don't really move. So you're incorporating a satanic ritual with ours in the form of when the Christians just stand there and, okay, Lucifer can sing. He's still an angel of light masquerading with a beautiful voice. This is the misconception of how you've been taught the enemy incorrectly. And he has so many different names. You know, I was listening to the one elder, and I give him his honor because he did bring out a lot of truth. The one, the king of the Embu. Okay, I watched a teaching he did, and he was correct about the Luciferian aspect of the West and why Africa and the rest of the world is being deceived. Because the God that is pouring out the heavens and the earth to us is the moon, to the God of the moon, to the God of the Banabe to Ivisolile. Okay? You're always going to get everything crossed between Yah and El. If you don't know that Lucifer always comes first when you fast, check the spirit. He speaks Kikongo fluently. Okay? He speaks every language fluently, just like the Father. Okay? So then he knows what is it that destroys his kingdom is always going to be what you don't understand. All right, so let me get into the music, the song. Again, I don't own the rights. And then I'm going to show you, and hopefully, you know, the song itself, I hope I don't get a copyright strike for it. If, again, I don't own the rights for it or anyway. But it's going to pull up. I'm going to show you why they don't want you to know. If you believe this spot, that's on you. If you don't, that's up to you. But it's going to show you where the heart of Tata Nzambi always was. Okay? And the fact that, yes, there was a crucifixion of a Messiah, but it's not the name you think. And there's a reason for that. You're going to see why we keep saying Congo is the center. Okay, 1 second. All right, so here we go. Again, Tuna Mavimpi, Munazola, Tata Nzambi. We're doing well in the grace of the Father. Now, Japhet in this picture, he was a little bit lighter than the Levert brother. He wasn't quite that dark. He's about my complexion. No, a little bit darker than me. Take you to that picture right there. I'm going to show you why they did that. Now, hopefully with this next thing that I'm going to show, again, I don't own the rights to it. It's not for redistribution of any kind. I'm going to play this and I'm going to show you this is why they really want to take down stuff like Twitter and why they're hiding things. Because this is going to really blow up the whole lie of why I said you got to check the spirit to see if they're talking to you from the Most High. Watch this. I'm going to share the screen. Hopefully you can see it. I'm going to start the song. For those of you that don't know, the name Golgotha means the skull. Okay? Why this was significant is because Isaiah Ifumu Yesu was crucified on top of the skull of Adamu Yakongo, which is also symbolic of the fact that it was a graveyard situation. You know, he did go to the graveyard to deal with the demons, because that's where, you know, you're going to find a lot of them attached to spirits, the bodies. And he was going there to help set these people free from any demonic possessions that they had come in contact with, as he was coming to become the Temple of Davidi. So now, here's what people don't want to acknowledge who are under the spell of the wizard. First, they're going to tell you the Temple of David did not become spiritual, that Christians brought that. That's a straight up lie. Because Simon the sorcerer was one of us. He was a Muntu, he was a Ben Anzambi, he was a Beni Isolele. He knew the crucifixion took place of Yesiah, Fumiyisu. He was the twin brother of Thomas. We know that now, as we're growing and learning and how they're revealing things. We can, again, we're using it against them because they're showing you the man of sin was Clarence. But he was also Osiris in spirit. He is the... So when we say, why can't you get rid of these people to quit saying Jesus Christ? They don't understand. Witches pray to Jesus Christ. Warlocks pray to Jesus Christ. Anybody who's doing any form of sorcery in secret, they pray to Jesus Christ. Why don't you know that? Because if you know it, then the wizard is exposed. Because he is the Jesus Christ. So Simon the sorcerer, who was a Banabetu of Isolele, is who got the heathens to think that he replaced the real one as the spiritual temple. But then he's also the one telling you the temple never became spiritual. So Lucifer is going to keep playing this game with you, okay? Because he knows you obey the spirit, you obey the law, because the spirit wrote the law. But what spirit that got poured out on all flesh is the deception that they don't want anybody to know. Because that's how the Pharisees and the Sadducees and the scribes and the hypocrites cut off the access to the kingdom. Okay? And the biggest deception they're going to continue to tell you is, if you are with this spirit, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So I'm hearing people talk about, here's what's going on with people getting killed in the Congo. Here's what's going on with people getting killed around the world. Here's what's going on with that. Let me tell you why. It's because everybody, without realizing it or not, is praying to Lucifer. In whatever form or whatever name he goes by with you, the Tatanzambi is the opposite of Lucifer. Now, if you are not engaged in any witchcraft, sorcery, kendoki, or worshiping of any idols, because all Christianity is an Egyptian god pretending to be our God, which goes back to Cain. So if you're praying to Cain, of course you don't have any protection as a Muntu. He can't stand us. Of course your leaders are going to be able to do whatever they want to do to you because you're praying to Cain, which is the god they worship. Okay? All the science and technology that they're teaching in the schools is a fabricated deception of Cain. The alchemy. That's why you're going to say, oh yeah, Jesus Christ went to go to study in Egypt. That's the stupid sorcerer telling you this crap. Our Messiah didn't need to go anywhere. He was taught by the Father directly because he was there from the beginning. In the beginning is the Word, and the Word was Tatanzambi, and the Word was. That's why they took the name out and put that dog god in there. Because the Jewish people who wrote the Bible know that they took the dog god that they worship in the form of the god El, so that you don't know the Bible is a spelling book. So that you go and call Nimrod your Lord and Savior without even knowing it. That's what Rome did. This is why they got into the fight with the Eastern Orthodox churches and why we ran away. Because we knew they were put in the equivalent of Nimrod is Sol Invictus, is Jupiter. So when the Most High punished him with leprosy, Like Cain, he was dark, and he got turned white. So, of course, now he will be the savior of the Gentiles. So let them have him. Let it go. It's our people who need to realize he was not our savior. They had to make us worship this God. That's why they had to change the name. We knew who Jesus Christus was. We knew he was the pig that killed Tammuz. Okay? So then they had to go and rehash it as Jesus Christ. The Banabeta of Isolele, because we knew that Christianity even then came from Egypt. When the Romans conquered Egypt, this is the ignorance. All they did is they took the most powerful god, which was Ptah, and redrew him as Jupiter. This is where you get to the deception about the yin-yang twins, that they covered up. Because this is why they cover up the first woman, who was not Eve. But Eve is actually the name of the wicked version of Lilith, or when Mama Awa became wicked. That's where you first get started with Alice. Because Adamia Congo and Mama Awa were the bride of Tatanzambi, of King Congo, from Yeswe. And Yeswe was there. He was Yalamkubu. He was the tree of life. So then the animal tree, or what made you think like a beast, was the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So then you become out of your balance. See, this is why you see people acting and resembling animalistic behavior all across the world. Because they're being fed through the wrong tree. That's when they keep talking about you barking up the wrong tree. Goes back to the dog that they didn't tell you was Bingo, that was Cain's dog. Some lady even tried to tell me, now they're telling the people in church that it was the mark of Cain was a blessing. I'm like, no, it wasn't. It was basically, he was basically begging the Most High not to die. So he said he gave him pity. That's all that was. If they're telling you it was a blessing, run out of that church. Because they're talking to Cain. That's why. So, of course, he's going to spin the story his way. All right, so let me share this video. It's on TikTok, so we should be okay. So if anything's wrong with it, you know, it's going to pull up the name of the person who posted it. You can check it out. But here we go. What's going on with it? Sorry. See all the African names. Yapoa. See Yaoundé. Boom. Now do you understand why they want to tell you that he was crucified way up here when there was a Solomon here, there was a Solomon here, and there was a Solomon up here? What's wrong with this picture? Golgotha. What did I tell you? Africa, Skull Island. You see how they say the water goes around it? Skull means Golgotha. Oh, yeah, the angry gorilla god who comes from Skull Island. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't have these giant apes, because they actually did. If I'm going to link the video, we're going to show you that. I'm going to tell you where the Hebrew Israelites get the name Ahia from. Haya was one of the watchers, or the Nephilim, that was worshipped by Cain. There's another one whose name, now watch this. This is why they had to change the way they say the E to the I sound, and I know where it comes from. The correct way you pronounce the name Ohio is Ohio. There's a watcher or a Nephilim who was named Ohia. Now you're going to see why the Republican primary was a big part of the center of America. Many of these watchers and Nephilim who perished in the flood were buried in the mounds by those who started to get possessed by these spirits after the flood. Because she's going to show you. And the really good thing I like about this video, she show you the real images of the watchers. They were all, I said, people don't understand. The war in heaven was between black angels. So yes, Lucifer telling you the truth and a lie. The angels are black. But then they made you think that that was wicked. When they then got turned into the leprous because they were killing. See, when they were killing people, this is when the Most High changed them to Cain's curse. So now, what Lucifer did is he said the curse of leprosy is a blessing, bilaka. The curse of not being a leprous is bad. So in that reality, it had nothing to do with race. It was about getting the Most High's chosen people to bow down to Lucifer, Baal. Now, in every culture, and they're gonna lie to you. In Hindu culture, in all the cultures that they are, yes, those images started off dark. But they knew in their mind, that's why they'll say we're not black. That's why they'll say the one thing that they always have is to be a black man. You said that's still what they say. I don't want to be a black man. Because the concept is you can go through all kind of problems, but then to go now be a dark-skinned person, why is that an issue? Because the God that they worship, Saturn, that they have been worshiping in the Canaanite religion, was in fact a non-melanated God. Okay? So now I told you, when these continents, before the water came and started to push everything apart, this area was nada. This is why they want all the Europeanized people to think that this region is where all of civilization started, when it's garbage. Because this area was given to Yapeta, and his children became the more dominant culture that consisted of the Hamitic tribes who started the worship of Baal after the flood. Okay? So now, when I get into the scriptures, this is why they took out all the apocalypses. This is why they took out all the other scriptures, because they know this, that Esau, who is the head Negro in charge now, because he was actually black, he's the one going to tell you that I am the father of the so-called white man. No, he's the father of anybody who goes against the father of Jacobi. Isolde. You want to say Israel? Whatever. Israel is Esau. Okay? Pretending to be Jacob. So then they're going to tell you, like the city of Ai and the city of Beth El that the Most High actually destroyed are now the good cities. But now the Mbanza Congo, or the city where we actually had most of our stuff from the origin of the center, oh, that's all wicked. That's all bad. That's why the Congolese people are being tormented. This is why many of the darkest skin races are suffering, because the truth, I said, it don't matter what the color the Anunnaki are. Their God is Lucifer. They're going to keep telling you that, oh, black, 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 black. All the gods were black. Even Lucifer. He's a liar. That's why I like what she put it. Like, yeah, thank you for making Semyaza a dark-skinned angel. All praises. It's going to come out. It was a family feud of the Bakongo angels. The Maliki Congo, that's why I told you, they didn't want you to know. The truth is the Most High's angels are Maliki Congo, and Lucifer's angels are Maliki Alma, the house of Yakongo versus the house of El. That's why Congo is off limits when you say it. Nobody, 500 years ago, everybody knew that Tatanzambi's name was Congo. They lied to you. You think the Catholic Church don't know that? They're full of it. You think Esau don't know that Congo was the center? He's a liar. Because the truth is not in him. Okay? The name Cairo comes from what Constantine saw with this symbol, the Kai in the road, I will go forth and conquer. And they marked it because Abyssinia, or where Uzziah Congo went when he was hiding from Tatanzambi, was up in here. When Herod was trying to kill people. They're going to tell you that it all took place up here. This place was a Roman occupied territory to bring the trade of all of Solomon's wealth out. Just like, because what it was is the ships, they brought them around, okay? Took too long to get up here. So they had the caravans, just like you see the Muslims doing today, taking all kinds of gold and wealth out of here. This never stopped. They're doing the same garbage as before, because when it was combined as one thing, Nimrod's tower sat right here in the land of Kushi. Okay? You still had the children of Nsemu were over here mixed in. The Hamitic tribes were where it was all hot. You had Australia pushed up against it. The one place you want to count Antarctica, whatever, okay, it's really not what you think. And there's other land around it. This is not an accurate depiction of the earth at all, okay? There's more land outside. But the concept was you ain't supposed to know that Atlantis was all up in here, okay? We have been fighting Atlantis since the beginning. That's why now they made themselves disappear. Because when the Most High judged the Nephilim, when he judged Cain, when he brought the flood and everything, these people were living in it. They were working in Atlantis back and forth. And then the Most High, he judged it. They had a flood that came, it was still up. Then afterwards, he dropped it onto the down to the ground, underneath the ocean. It disappeared. Now they're going to tell you, oh, Atlantis was over here and this and that. No, the reason why you're seeing remnants of Atlantis over here is because this was the world, this was the land. So now they're going to tell you all the rivers that were part of the beginning now got moved over here. Or Eden is over here. Why do they keep doing that? Because that's Cain. This is Nimrod, Nineveh, everything. They worship in Nimrod, so he pushing and they moving everything over here. Because that's why they created this whole place, what do you call it, tectonic plates and all this garbage. Because it's the Father who's causing these things. Judgments come from the angels as well as Brilaka, blessing. They control everything, but they made it a fake science so that you would not teach Jacob, because they wanted you to be a stumbling block to the chosen people, because it's all about the Temple of David and who controls it. So now you got Christians. They're fighting over the Temple of David, saying that we are the ones that control it. Okay, if that was the case, you wouldn't be in debt. That's the biggest problem. 2, you got Ishmael. He's fighting over the Temple of David. And then you got Ashkenaz with Edom, because technically Rome is Edom. So you got Esau, Ashkenaz, and Ishmael fighting over the Temple of David. Okay? Now, you have our people who said, we don't want the Temple of David. That's basically what we said. We want it physically, not spiritually. That's what we told the Most High. He said the Temple of David is not physical. It's spiritual. Because technically, if you go back to the beginning, and this is how dumbed down the priests are in Africa, Adama and Ewa represented the temple of the Most High, the Temple of David, for the future, with no clothes on, in the garden, and they represented the kings and queens of the earth. What got the witch in trouble And she said, I don't want to be the temple of the Most High. Well, you can only go, there's only one thing you can do. You either be the temple of the Most High or you're the temple of Lucifer, not both. Okay? So Christianity, in the pagan form it is operating under, is basically the witch and the warlock pretending to be our Father and the Messiah who came that Rome actually killed. So Jesus Christ, in the way that Rome teaches it, crucified Isaiah Congo because he was Sol Invictus. Okay? So he wasn't crucified, he was crucifying because he was Jupiter. So of course the heathen going to keep saying, oh yeah, he's our God. Yes, because that's what they worshipped. The Ingigi, the Gigi people, the so-called people that don't know where they come from. Okay? That's why Tatanzambi said we needed to be a light unto the Gentiles, unto the pagans, because they didn't know what they worship. And we were being deceived by the same spirits. Okay? All right, so let me unshare this and I'll get back to the actual. So now, when you see that right there, where is Golgotha? Congo is the center. They crucify him there. I saw the image. I'll call him the sorcerer. You guys gonna keep telling me he's the king of Bant. I disagree, because for one, I know what a king of the Most High is really supposed to be doing right now. That most of them aren't even doing it. They're not. The secret society member is always going to have you going in circles and not going straight to the Father. Always wandering through the wilderness because they don't want to leave Pharaoh's place. And they're full of it. This is what happened when they said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery, is Amun-Ra, is Lucifer. The whole purpose of why the Knights Templars created the Prince Hall Freemasons is to keep us wandering in the wilderness, thinking that we're going home when we're not, because they were also controlled by Esau. Keep my brother wandering and sacrificing to idols without him knowing it. That's why when people like Kimbangu, Toko Kempavita, and Gungan Zumbi, and all these other people started to show up, and the Most High was sending people to put it back, Esau, they keep telling us, no, blasphemer, hypocrite, because that's what Judaism, the Phoenicians, when they came in there talking about we worship the God of Israel, or Jacob, they were liars. Their God was El, Baal. That's why when they took over the temple, Messenizi said, why do you have these people here? But see, the Most High had already told Solomon that his kingdom would be taken from him because he chose to worship Baal. So this is why even long before Christianity showed up, we were worshiping Baal. So quit letting the wizard trick you. We always had the problem worshiping Baal. That's how we got sent to Egypt, Egypt. That's how we got sent to Babylon. That's how we got Persia. We are always fighting the Prince of Persia. That's what Christianity is. The Prince of Persia is now crucified. This is the trick, because the Yin Yang twins, little knotheads, and they're the ones where the dreadlock started, by the way, Jaja, they are the ones that keep tricking, because the whole thing about the unbirthday and they put in that Wizard of Oz is because neither one of them were born. Okay? One was taken, the other one was in the spirit. They didn't come out in the flesh. And of course, they do their little tea parties. They're going to find out and all this garbage. They dress up. That's why they put you in the dress. Because you are their guest of honor as their bride. So they always take the creation with the wicked demons and they mix match things that don't belong. They mix creatures that don't belong together. They make people go to opposite sex. Okay? This is how things got corrupted when Cain started to worship these false gods. Okay? And then they created the other fake people to build the temples of Cain. Like I said, the Most High was not going to give them anyone to do this. So Cain has always wanted the New World Order under himself and not under the order of the Southern Zombies' way. So now when the Most High had the 72 tribes where he had them, this is your area, this is where you stay, then my people will now possess the land of Canaan. And from there, because Canaan had the land of the center, but because they did what they did and they brought back the worship of the false gods, they were then meant to serve all the other brothers for their disobedience. So they became the virus that infected everyone else. This is what they really mean by virus. Okay? The Canaanites that they called Anansi, or dog, that's why he called them that. So now the ones that were called the dog started to make everybody else like them. Okay? So then in the different versions that Lucifer portrayed himself with these false gods, the Egyptian gods, and I'm going to show you, this is why they don't want people to know that you're still worshiping Osiris. He's the Christian God. Man, I'm telling you, don't let people keep deceiving you, man. All right. So now when we go to Psalms 91, he that dwelleth in the secret place, where is that secret place? You ask any Christian, where is the secret place? They can't tell you. You ask any Muslim, where is the secret place? They can't tell you. Only the Banabeta of Isolde, they know the secret place. Okay? The sorcerer, he kind of knows it, but he can't be there because the angels will kick you out. You can't even cross the threshold without being pure. These places are holy. But Basantu, holy really means evil. Because if you go, I'll tell you about holiday, I told you about that I thank that lady. She was really, I could tell many Native Americans had the spirit of the Most High, that she sat there and she broke down the pagan holidays. I said, that's the Tanzambi's child right there. She telling you, okay, we know these things because we knew the truth already. See, the biggest deception is Native Americans already knew the truth. They just had the problem of whether we decide to follow it or not. The ones who follow it, those are the ones that had a problem. They got fighting all the time. Okay? Really. The fighting with them was because if they wanted to follow the real truth, it's anybody that has this problem. Anybody that wants to follow the real truth, Satan want to kill you. And this is what the Christians don't know. You did not have the truth. That's why you're killing people. You didn't have to force it on nobody. See? And now that they put you to sleep, they said abracadabra. Now you just walk around and say, oh, do you want to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? That's not how Christianity started. You better believe you've been lied to. Go ask the Eastern Orthodox Church. They know. All them people in the Eastern Orthodox Church know that they were fighting with Rome. And then when the protest took over, the fight continued. All violence, no peace. Why? Because Tatanzambi told the Watchers and the Nephilim and them, you will have no peace. So now you know if your society is not in peace, it's because you're worshiping a pagan god. All right, so he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And Nzambe is what Almighty means. Okay? I will say of the Mfumu, he was a refuge and my fortress, my God, in him I will trust. So Christians, because you are both the Canaanite and the Most High's way, Your refuge is Osiris. No matter what, default, boom. So, of course, when you go to church, and this is how you know, I call them dodgers. They will not answer the question, or they will convince you heard it wrong. No, we do not. We're not worshiping the devil. Of course they're going to say that, because they're getting paid from the people who do. Because the banks are coming from him. You want to get your paycheck, they're getting bribed with the 30 pieces of silver, because all of these pastors are Judas. They are crucifying our Savior every time in these churches, and they're lying to you. They're putting him back on the cross because they're not teaching the way to his children. They watch us walk around all day long getting put into traps. And then it makes them feel good because they are possessed with false demons. Lucifer enjoys seeing the Most High sheep stumble in every capacity that he has created. Education, we look stupid in politics, defending a God of the Gentiles. Oh, American was built on Christian values. Christianity was Osiris, so yeah, you better believe it. Look at this place. There's no peace. Okay? But then that's the same thing going on with China, Russia, Europe, Africa. Why is there no peace? Because you're praying to Ahaya, the Nephilim of Cain that was worshipped by them. That Hanukkah said in the way she said, you and your kind will have no peace. Semyaza, everybody else, look what you have done to the creation. You mixed everything up, worshiping what? False gods. Now, the one said that he had pity on the 7 sisters. They put him up in the stars, okay, which I know he probably did because it wasn't their fault. But the concept was, that's why I said, to do it willingly is one thing. To do it in ignorance is totally different. If you understand what you're doing, it's one way. See, the problem with us is we were never given the alternative. So the Most High is like, now that you know the alternative, now what do you do? This is all the whole point of this awakening was you were not shown the alternative. Now you have the alternative. Now what? And see, the biggest deception about the Tokoists and the Kimbanguists is they were teaching, the Toko and Kimbangu were teaching in Zilan Congo the whole time, more than what the Rome gave you. So when people talk about you need to spit out the Roman doctrine, what you're saying is you need to spit out Baal. Well, that's the problem. Baal comes in all different forms. Even in Judaism, Baal is there. The Most High don't want, when you sacrifice in the bullock is the Baal. That entity, each creature has malakis attached to them. That's why you'll see them worshiping the turtle god, the spider god. Every creation has an entity that's involved in their creation. But what they did is they turned them into idols to worship, and now they're calling them the superheroes on television. Oh yeah, Spider-Man, Batman, all these things, Thor. But then they go, oh, science, technology. It's Thor's. Science and technology comes from Thor. Comes from Odin. Comes from these liars. So that they are conditioning you to build what they want to fight against the kingdom of Kongo Din Totila. That's why they keep sending these rockets up in and telling you we're going this, we're going that. It's a lie. They're trying to kill the Most High, and they want to eliminate everybody that worships Tatanzambi in spirit and in truth. So now they're going to backstab the whole world because that's the whole purpose of this. You're going to the pig party and not the one you're going to the pig party and not the one who sent the pig to destroy the false Messiah. This is the deception. So then I come telling you this, I'm the idiot. I'm the liar. I don't know what I'm talking about. There's something wrong with this guy. Of course, because that's their job, is to bring you to the pig god party. Shh. That's what every Mason, every Eastern Star, every secret society member, everybody who's involved that has wealth, that took the 30 pieces of silver from the Jewish people when they go paying you and bribing you, okay? Because that's what they always do, okay? They want you to go to the Tammuz party. Anybody who's teaching you to do the opposite, you are the wicked one. That's why we're dealing with so much sorcery and witchcraft, because they want to keep that pig god in you. So when you talk about people talking about, and how do they do this? Okay? The pineal gland, I watched the guy that broke down the Pinocchio. I said, thank you, thank you. I was waiting to see somebody to do that. The Most High can still use anybody, but he's still a guru, okay? Because Lucifer can still, he's telling on himself, okay? He's telling you Pinot is the pineal gland. Kio or Pinocchio or Kio is ocular. The pineal ocular. So they know the way Nimrod controlled people and the false Messiah is what's going on here. So even if it's not calcified or it's open, you still could be talking to the goat god. You're just now more enlightened than others. But the true power, the true meditation is meditating on the word. Not just meditation, but because when you meditate, you're meditating on yourself. Oh, okay? The meditation of the power that manifests of the Tatanzambi is you meditating on Nzambi and Pungu. You're meditating on King Kongo. That's the deception. When you meditate on King Kongo, this is why they want people with all the chemicals they put. Okay? When you can open yourself back up and you come from the Most High's kingdom, this now manifests power, Golo, that will now shock the whole world what you can do. The whole purpose of those who work for the idiot, the one who tell people I'm the Messiah, is to make sure that that doesn't manifest in the people he was trying to trick. Okay? Surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. So this is what I'm telling people. You know you're dealing with a warlock if he's crying about people not getting delivered. You know you're dealing with people in sorcery if they're watching people, that's because what these people are praying to is the sorcerer, and he's the one slaughtering them. The same power that they're using for the witchcraft is also killing these people. He plays both sides, okay? So now he is turning on you. This is code 66. So he's now out here really wiping out the 12 tribes, because the concept is the Father said, those who bowed the knee to Baal, what happened to you? It's just like coming out of Egypt. What's going on right now is that very event. It's going to continue all over the earth. As we're coming out and we're following, and now we say, oh, well, it was Baal who delivered us. Of course, that's what they're teaching you with Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. You join any one of these religions as a Banabetu of Isolele, you are now worshiping Baal, the golden calf. So now you're getting killed. This is why the Christians are dying. This is why the Muslims are dying. But they all want to keep calling on what version. Oh, the Bible is true. There are parts of it, yes. Okay? Thou shalt not be afraid. See what I keep telling people? If fear is overcoming you, then you do not have the real creator. It says it right here. Oh, you should have some fear. No, what? Thou shalt not be afraid by the terror by night. So if they come bombing you with jets, the Air Force can't kill you. If they come bombing you with whatever, Russia can't do nothing to you. If they come with tanks and helicopters, you know, or they come with all of these weapons, this is why they're going to sit there and say, didn't we just like light this dude up like 1,000 times and he's still standing there? Even if the Most High lets you go and die, you're going to come back, okay? People don't understand this is the X-Men deception. The Holy Spirit means exactly what it says. The reason why they got to make excuses is because Christians are dying in war. Christians are getting killed out in the street. Muslims, everybody else. So then you're looking for vengeance. When the vengeance, it says, is the Father's. Okay? People talk about, oh, we got beat up, you know, by the slave master. Islam came in there, turn the other cheek stuff. Let me tell you something. Toko didn't walk around with not one piece of gun in Kimbangu. Okay? You know, if they did, they didn't have to use it because the concept is Toko was in prison 17 times. Why? Because the sorcerer don't want you to know the truth. If you stop worshiping Amun-Ra, he didn't want to see like they did in the movie Stargate. You'll see this big rebellion. Oh, this is your God. It's an idiot. This is what's going on with the world right now that you don't see. Everybody's rebelling against Amun-Ra. What? You were teaching this stupid pyramid guy, deceiver? That's what's going on in France. That's what's going on in Germany. That's what's going on in Europe. That's what's going against the man. You don't even know they ain't televising this in Italy. The Italians are livid. The Italians are pissed off. I'm telling the Italians right now, look, any Italian hearing me, the Pope is Amun-Ra. Go sit down somewhere. Okay? Same with all the people that said the leader of the Muslim faith is Amun-Ra. Go somewhere. The head rabbi of the Jewish people is Amun-Ra. 100%. The lead Buddhists, the people worshiping Hinduism, the top god of Hinduism is Amun-Ra. The Native Americans themselves are still bowing down on their reservations to Amun-Ra. Okay? This is what Isaiah 14 is talking about. He who lays low the Gentiles. It is the Banabetu of Isolele that was supposed to stay away from Amun-Ra. Oh no, we gotta just go worship the idiot. Okay? So the whole world is going to the Amun-Ra party because of those who always want to not be the spiritual temple, but the physical temple. It's ingrained in the stupidity. The Father never wanted a physical temple from the beginning, or he would have had Adam and Eve build it. Did they? They built altars. You have no clue how deceived we really are. Christianity had nothing to do with that. Christianity is Amun-Ra. Osiris, the damn stupid idiot. I'm going to build a tower to go kill the Most High. Knucklehead. You don't get it, people. It's all Nimrod, idiot, stupid, pirate, dummy, with the Polywana cracker parrot telling you, repeat after me. And then everybody getting mad at me because they under the trance of this knucklehead. The stupid wizard is going to go down, and you're going to go down with this ship with him? Why? It's like, whatever. Esau going to take you. Oh, there he want to take you down. Be fighting him every day. He is a spirit. It's not, if he keep telling you, I'm the white man, I'm this, I'm that, he's a spirit. He's a demon. Shut up with the lies already. I'm telling you right now, Ahia is a Nephilim. That is the Christians praying to him too. The God of the Christians is Ahia, because he's a Nephilim that they worship as Amun-Ra, whatever you want to call him. But he was the son of Lucifer. Okay? Only with thine eyes shalt thou see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Mfumu, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. What makes you wicked is idol worship. It don't matter. You could be the nicest person on the planet. And I know I've seen them. My next door neighbor is very nice. Because you can always follow the law carnally. It's the spirit that makes the difference. So even though you say, well, how am I wicked? You break one law, you break them all. You obey the spirit, you obey the law. You don't obey the spirit, you're disobedience. That's why Toko said there's two kinds of sinners. Our job in this world that we're being deceived under is to remember we don't participate in none of this stuff. Let me talk about the birthday. Like I said, they didn't get to have a birthday. So they celebrate everybody's birthday the same day. So when you're worshiping Baal, your birthday is always every day. But they call it the unbirthday because they didn't get born. And they became the Mad Hatter and the Hare. And you see them right now running America and the rest of the world in different form. I sit in there watching the British Prime Minister. Oh, yeah, this and this and that. I said, look, between them and Putin, all they're doing is mudslinging. Because technically Putin is trying to fight these jokers, but he's still the yin-yang twins. So they're playing good cop, bad cop. Oh, yeah, America's the good cop, Russia's the bad cop. Now Russia goes say, no, we the good cop, America's the bad cop. That's what they're doing. This is like what they do in the police station. That's all this is. Okay? But Tatanzambi's saying, but I control the yin-yang idiots. You don't get it. They do what I say, not the other way around. But they're fooling people. Okay? Because thou hast made the Mfumu, which is my refuge, even the Most High, there shall no evil befall thee. Neither shall any plague come nigh by thy dwelling. So what is that telling you? If you got plagues, if you have evil befalling thee, you are worshiping Baal. Your house is being infiltrated. That's why you got to say, watch who you put in your circle. The Christians are Baal on the cross. Now, if they don't want to believe it, then enjoy the pig roast because it's coming. We are here to tell you we messed up. We as Banabeto of Isolele were supposed to be the light unto the Gentiles. Yeah, we wanted to be like the Gentiles again. But then the yin-yang idiots and all the rest of them, Nephilim and all those watch guys say, oh yeah, Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh yeah, Jupiter is now God. Oh, he's a planet. They are the black hole. This is them. Okay, because they're darkness. And yes, they're melanated. Both of them are. But now they come, you go watch, they in the movie, The Matrix, the two you see that kept going through with their hair, they're really, that's why they look like their mother now with the snake hair. You know who that is? but their hair turned also with the braids. That's part of the reason why the Father talked about braiding the hair. Man, let me tell you about let me tell you how they lied about Delilah. Oh, well, she wasn't really white, but I tell you, she was probably one of the most beautiful, high yellow, light-skinned sisters with the braided hair. Because even like Samson, he had his hair long. It wasn't, he kind of did braid it, but it wasn't like how you do, like you say today. And I mean, he saw this woman and it was like Solomon all over again. That's why Tata Zombie said, it's always the woman. Not going to get you going that way. Okay? Why? Because the woman said, I don't want to be your bride. It started there. That's why they say God is really a woman, because Lucifer is, that's why they want to be both. So they want to keep reversing the sexes. Okay? And say, oh, well, we must tolerate people who are homosexual. I said, I don't have nothing against you. I know what happened to you. You're just confused because you're in the wrong body. You're just confused because they give you chemicals that's doing this. You keep feeding your children all of this fast food, they're going to turn gay. I guarantee you, because this is the formula that they're doing now. Keep eating it. Keep eating all these things because they know it changes your brain. You become opposites. They have chemicals, okay? They're going to call me and say, oh, you can't tell it, you lie. No, they have, now the research is out there. They have proven this because they want you at the tea party wearing the opposites. So they want the woman wearing the tuxedo at the tea party and they want the man wearing the dress. Oh, drink the tea up. Oh, come to our party, our on birthday. Because the Most High said they were cursed, the evil twin. But they're going to play like I'm the good cop, I'm the bad cop. They had the I Spy, you had the white spy and the black spy. It's all the two sides of the same coin, Harvey Two-Face. And they don't like each other, so they're always doing bad things. They're always trying to say, I'm going to blow my brother up. Boom! Even their siblings. This is where the sibling rivalry comes from. Oh, my sister, I can't stand her. La, 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 la. Okay? Because they're demons. They don't like each other. They don't get this. They can't. That's why they're always fighting, because the Most High did that. Okay? For he shall give Maliki charge. See, that's there. He will give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. This is how you know the Christians are hypocrite. 100%. If they are doing the Most High's way, the Maleki Kongo will keep you in the path. As long as you listen. But when we went into captivity, so did they. Now they're mocking him. I'm going to show you. Hananiah, Messiah, okay? One of them had the name Messiah. You don't even know. And they know they're not white. But that's why they even said, when I had the video when the guy came out and said, they would have rejected you if you were a light-skinned prophet. So they know they lied to these people. They wouldn't even listen to you. You had to be dark-skinned. See, they lied to their own people. It's coming out now because they themselves, like you said, they're calling you lepers and hypocrites. And go look in the mirror. So are you. That's how they always were. They can see you, but they don't see themselves. Okay? They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest I dash thy foot against the stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder. So this is the whole concept is if the Maleki Kongo are with you, nothing can affect you. If they're not, okay, if they're not, now you have stumbling going on. So they have to see our Father inside of you and powered up alkaline. Like I told my wife, I said, that starts with the pineal gland being open. That starts with your body being in good standing, no junk in it. See, they made you believe you can just eat whatever you want. That's a lie. He never said that. All he said was don't turn it into condemnation where you're killing each other over this. Because when I heard the story, then they talked about the concubine with the tribe of Benjamin, the story with that, that's how we were. We had issues with when we had wickedness in our heart, we would do the most wicked things to each other. You don't understand. We're doing it now. That's why they're mocking us. They're making us go and do the most wickedest things to each other for lack of knowledge. And you're going to the pig party. Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy's ready for you guys. Yep. You think I'm lying to you? Wait till you see that party. They're going to come dressed like that. Just like you saw them in the Muppets. Yeah, buddy. Okay. They're going to have the frog with his tuxedo, and they're going to have the piggy in the dress. They're married, and you're married to them. You think you don't understand when you have a wedding in these churches, you're getting married to Moloch and to Tammuz. That's part of the reason why your families don't ever stay in order. So you always find problems happening, and then they've been taught this. They put the blame on you when they didn't teach you how to reverse it. You were not taught how to not ignore these two idiots. So then you're doing it in school, you're doing it in church, you're doing it in the society. Your God is Moloch and Miss Piggy. 100%. And the Jewish people are sitting there just laughing because they know this. So anybody who worships Baal, these are going to be your gods. They're making money off of it. That's why you're in debt. That's why you see people that's running around getting homeless, because you're bringing curses upon your community. You're spreading demons everywhere. And then you're acting like you're getting rid of them in church when you're spreading even more. Nope. So then that's why when you keep going to church and you keep praying over and over and over, you're wondering what's happening. It's because the wizard wants to see you suffer as one of the Most High that he stole. And then he finally said, okay, that's enough. I'll give it to you. Okay? He wants you to beg like a dog, because it's the dog god. And that's what they call you doing when you're praying in the wrong spirit, is you're begging for mercy from Anubis. The Father don't make people beg. Our Father does not make people beg. Either he's going to give it to you or he's not going to give it to you. It all depends on what he decides. It's a big lie. They're making money off of the stupid dog god bingo that got sacrificed. Yeah, people don't even know. All right. Joel 2. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour my spirit on all flesh. Let me tell you the Christians who poured this spirit out on you. It's not Anubis. It's not Moloch. It's not Baal. It's not Jesus. And he wasn't called God. The one who poured his spirit out on all flesh was King Kongo, Tatanzambi, and Pungu. If they keep telling you Ahaya, no, that's a lie. Yeshaya and all that. That was the Nephilim and his son. That was under the false. Oh God, that's why you don't get it. It was the warlock and his son. that come with all the different names. That's why he said, the one who comes in his own name, that's Jesus. Simon the sorcerer was black, people, and he became white. He was like Cain. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and young men will see visions. So now what the sorcerer wants you to do is put interference on anything that they say, tune them out. So when you're actually getting knowledge, you're tuning them out. Conspiracy theory. You're tuning them out. Oh, no, you're under a false God spirit. You're tuning them out. Because Nimrod is in here. I'm trying to keep Nimrod out of me. Damn stupid. Ooh. You don't understand. You're surrounded by all of these phthalates. That's going to be when really people don't ever put your child in no Santa's knee no more. I'm just telling you. If you are one of the 12 tribes, if you are a black person, I don't care what the other people do. Okay, if you're a black person, don't have nothing to do with that. Islam still worship that guy. They're lying to you. He's in the Masonic temple in the red suit all the time. Stop listening to that. Oh my gosh. It drives me nuts because they know they made him. And they're going to tell you it's just a Christian thing. It's all the religions. It's Santa Claus. He's all of these people's gods. Okay? And also my manservant and my maidservants, I will pour out my spirit in these days. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood, fire, and pillars of smoke. The sun will turn to darkness. Now they keep telling you and they keep messing with it. So you think that, oh, yeah, I saw the sun turn to dark. You don't even know. A lot of this stuff has happened already. They already done destroyed the earth, man. You're going to see it. What you're seeing, and as a brother, he even told me, you're living in two different worlds at once. You're going to start to see one is a hologram and one is real. You're in the Truman Show. Why do you think they got Jim Carrey so angry with him? Because he played it and then he started telling you. But he was scapegoated anyway. Okay? And before the coming of great and awesome day of the Mfumu, it shall come to pass. Do you know how many times he's done this? Each time he does it, it's the same way. Now it's going to happen again. Okay? Every time we go to Egypt, it plays out the same way. Okay? So now he has done it again. He did it through Kimbangu. He did it through Toko. He did it through Campovita. He did it to Nganganzambi. He did it to my great-grandfather. Okay? He did it to a lot of people. Hey, put it back, Esau. Esau say, F you. I'm not putting it back. They're coming to my party. Okay? They did all the mockeries in the movies, okay? Every Christian is going to Esau party. Every Muslim is going to Esau party. Every Jewish person is going to Esau party. Every, what do you call them? All the religions you see around the world, they're taking you to Esau party. Sol Invictus. No, I'm a liar. This guy's a fool. Of course, the source are going to tell you that it's the days of Noah. Anybody who's going to the sorcerer party going to tell you, no, you're an idiot. Everybody's going to the sorcerer party. You're going to find out. That's why they took this one out. Let's go to the apocalypse of Moses. This is the story of Adama and Mama Eva and how they had gone out of paradise. And Adama knew his wife, which means intercourse. Now, of course, they keep her out of this as well, because Eve is really Mama Eva. What it is when they sin, Adamu Yakongo became Atam, and Awa became Eve. because this is their negative side. This is their antithesis. This becomes the witch and the warlock. Okay? And Mama Awa upwards of sunrise bore there 18 years and 2 months. Okay? And Ava conceived and bare 2 sons. Now, of course, the daughters are not in here. You got to go to the other scriptures that talk about them. Adiophotos. Now you see where the word photos comes from. Is also called Caina or Cain. And as the sister put it in there, when it said don't be a hater, you don't even know that hater means Caina. Okay? And Amalabis, who is also called Abeli. Now they two had twin sisters. That was part of it. And after Adama, and after this, Adama and Eva were one together, they were sleeping. Ava said to Adama, her Mfumu, my Mfumu, Adama, behold. See, this is why you get women say, oh, my Lord, when they did the bridge, my Lord, my Lord. But they don't understand. If it ain't Tatanzami and Pungu, you're talking to Baal. So that becomes your Lord. Okay? I have seen in a dream the night the blood of my son Amalabis, who is styled Abeli, being poured into the mouth of Cain, his brother, and went on drinking it without pity. This is the concept when the father says, the whore shall become drunk with the wine. Because all of Tatanzambi's people are attached to Abeli's blood. The witch, the stepmother of Cain, is what caused this. And the yin-yang stupid idiots, and they got sisters involved in this too. And they were all black. Just like he was. Okay? But he begged him without pity. Yet he hearkened, not him, but he gulped down the whole, nor did it stain his stomach, but it came out of his mouth. And Adama said, let us arise and go. So as you're seeing the teaching here, you're seeing why when Masindisi said, you go the way of Cain, Cain has no remorse for anybody who is wanting to be like the Most High. This is the condemnation that we're talking about. So when you're condemning people, you are Cain. When you have pity, you are Abeli. Okay? And you see what's happened to him, lest the adversary may be assailing them somewhere. And both went and found Abeli murdered, and by the hand of Cain his brother, and said to Michael the archangel, say to Adama, reveal not the secret that thou knowest to Cain and thy son, for he is the son of wrath. So now, this is the concept when Masindisi said, do not give what's righteous and holy unto what? Those in the bottom. All he meant was Anansi. That's what it means. Do not give what's righteous and holy to the bottom. Because Cain is always looking for the secret that he can't have. For he is the son of wrath, but grieve not, for I will give thee another son in his stead, and he shall to thee, he that shall do. But do thou tell him nothing. Thus spake the archangel Michael to Adamuya. But he has kept the word in his intima. This is what Tula means. What is the word? The word is in Zambi. The word is Congo. So now the DNA is what gives you the word. Man, it is Cain who has you say, you got to go looking in books all the time. Where's the proof of that? The proof is inside of you. You just got to find it. That's why when you say Congo is the center, you will have the proof. Oh, I need. Cain is the one that's going to keep telling you, where's your proof? Where's your proof? Fine, because he wants you to give you the secret. He's going to keep begging you to tell him what's going on. Don't fall for it no more. We cannot keep falling for this. Cain is the one that's going to sit there and say, I want proof. Show me the proof. The proof is inside of you that exposes them. But it kept the word in Tima. And after this, Adamaya and Rama, she conceived and bare in Setha, what they call Seth. Take out the 8. Seti, this is where, see, this is how, when Esau died, he pretended to be this bloodline. He's an imposter. And Adama said to Eva, see, I have 2 begotten a son of place of Abele, who came and slew, Cain slew. Let us give glory and sacrifice to Tatanzambi. And Adama begot, now watch this. And Adama begot 30 sons and 30 daughters. The Bible it's why it says they begot other sons and daughters, but you had a choice. You either go like Cain or you go like Nseta. I should say that backwards. Nseta or Cain. Man, stop listening to the false gods. Okay? Now, of course, after the flood, it started with the 3 sons. That's what it's called, my 3 sons. That's where it comes from. They put it in your face, my 3 sons. But then there was a 4th child that came in the spirit that is attached to the Anunnaki, Watcher, fallen ones, deceivers. He's going to keep playing games with you because he's also black. I am Krut. How did he get formed? When Noka got drunk. He came in the spirit with Lily. And he said to him, what is the trouble? Okay? Let all my sons come to me that say before I die, and all assemble for the earth divided. So now you know where the 33 comes from. Now you see why Masinisi preached for 33 years. Now you see why you're an ascended master when you're 33rd degree. Now you see why Toko doubled it with 66. Okay? And that's why Lucifer did the 66, because he knows what this is. The 999 is 666. Okay? Flip-flop. One power is bad, the other power is good. That's what the knowledge of good, and the knowledge of good is the 999. The knowledge of evil is the 666. So he mixed the 2 together. But the good of knowledge, the true and evil, the true of life is always just 999. Okay? So all of those that were following in Seth's way were considered holy. All those who followed the way of Cain were wicked. They then took these people and made the Igigi hybrids. Okay? So then when the flood came, you got Yapeta's the oldest, and Semmel's the middle, and Kama's the baby. But the Most High gave the one in the middle the priesthood in Gangan Voila. So the other 2 were kind of jealous about that. That was ordained even before the flood stopped. When they were in the thing, now they said it's actually 150 days. That 40 days and 40 nights stuff, that's the Il Nana. You don't even know what they're doing with this stuff. Now it says, and then Nfumu was wroth with us, and Nfumu came unto paradise and called me in a terrible voice, Adama, Nzingi, well, he would probably say Nzingi. Where art thou? And thou wouldest thou from my face? Shall the house be, see, because, and why hidest thou from my face? Because remember, to sin against the Most High means your face is hidden. Shall the house be able to hide itself from its builder? No. He said to me, since thou hast abandoned my covenant, I have brought forth upon thy body 72 strokes. The trouble of the first stroke is pain of the eyes. The second stroke is an infection of the hearing. Otherwise, in turn, all the strokes shall befall thee. This is why you get a stroke. When you're getting whipping. As he said to his son, Adama grown and sore, what shall I do? I'm in great distress. So now, what is the whole concept of people being sick? What is the whole concept of people having issues with their body? What is the whole deception of people who are suffering pain internally? So if your eyes are failing you, your mind's failing you, these things are failing you, it's because the covenant has been abandoned in you. So the way that works is you have to now return to your ways of the Most High, hoping that the Holy Spirit hasn't been blasphemed. Okay? Now, the way that the people are trying to trick you is they're trying to get people who are already on the list to blaspheme the Wanda so they don't get back to the Most High. But see, Tatanzambi's like, I already know how to defend against this. You will see what I did. Because they don't get it. If you're on the list of Tatanzambi as a Muntu, they can't pull you off. It's the Gentiles that they got to worry about. It's like, if we brought you in and then you start messing up, they get removed. Okay? The final list is already in place. Been there from the beginning. They know who's going to make it and who isn't already. This whole concept of the world you're living in is to buy time against those who will make it. To stop the day of rest, to do these things. They can't stop it. They never could. All right. So now I was going to go to the other book. I'm running out of time a little bit too much. We're going to go to the Book of Truth again. And it's called, if you say it in Kikongo, it literally means, and I know I use a different word, Mukanda. Kanda just means book. Yakeleka or Congo, the Book of Truth. Okay? They don't have this in your scriptures because they don't. This is going to help you. Okay, the gospel of truth is joyous to those who have been given the mercy of knowing the creator of truth. Okay? So truth comes with knowing. If you don't know the Father, you're not going to have the truth. That's why everybody else is falling for these other false gods, for those of us who are breaking free. And it's not just you can say the name Congo or Tatanzambi, you got to also know. Okay? Through the power and goal of wisdom that arose from the spiritual realm and the Mvuluzi, the Savior, who is in the intima and in the mind of the Creator. So now, when you got people talking about, oh, you need to get away from that Christian garbage or whatever, all you're getting away from is Osiris. Because he's not in the heart of the Father. You're getting away from Tammuz. Islam is Tammuz. Everything is the false Messiah. So then, if you're still focusing on these, that's why I said, if you're not saying Zila Congo, Zila Nzambi, okay, I said the song, we had the Zambi Sambulaka, okay, these things, if you're not focusing on this and the way of returning and getting away, that's why I don't like to go. I mean, people invite me to parties. I don't really like to go because the concept is the spirits that you intertwine with, you got to know how to block those because I know what birthdays are about. But see, if you're too deceived to understand this is about the yin yang twins not having a birthday, okay, oh, but then we go to Jesus. No, he wasn't born on December 25th. But let the yin yang twins keep telling you that, because that's their son. That's how they had their birthday. They had their birthday through Nimrod, and then they had their birthday through Tammuz, and it's like, yeah, we got a birthday now. Okay? Kusa Kongo was in fact born, but it was more important that you follow his way than the day he was born. He said everything is about what the Father wants, not what I want. But then you render unto him what is his. What is his? The sheep. The sheep belong to him, and then they also belong to the Father. My sheep hear my voice. Okay? This is the deception that my wife and I keep trying to go to. Is like, look, if we disobey the voice of the Messiah, we are not his. If you obey the voice of the Messiah, you're his. The concept is we are being interrupted. We are constantly being misled by wolves in sheep's clothing. We're trying to get to the Messiah, but then we have imposters that show up. Okay? We got to stop, and we have to get repentance for taking the bribes. See, the fallen angels want you to always be bribed. That's what sin is. Lack of sin means you're not getting bribed. But you're living in a system that they're being bribed automatically. And we're trying to break free of that. And that's the concept of how debt and sin are connected. So if you don't get out of debt, then you're dealing with a frequency of negativity and stress. Okay? Being named for the work he goes for the deliverance of those who do not know the Creator. Christians don't know the Creator. If you're mixing the pagan and the non-pagan together, it don't work. You cannot be worshiping Osiris or Amun-Ra and the Most High at the same time. It don't work. This is our problem. And this energy is being spread all around you in your communities. The whole community in the world is the spirit of the doggone pagan god, Lucifer. And the way you release that is you got to learn the difference between the two. All right? The creation was inside of him, who is unlimited and inconceivable. That's why when you go to Isaiah 66, and you want to get these people that keep wanting to keep pushing baloney crap out of Baal in your mouth, the Father is not a temple. He never was. He never will be. The creation is the temple. If you can't get that in your head, you're the wizard, you're the warlock, you're the witch. Okay? You don't go inside of a temple to worship nobody. That's why they don't read the scripture that tells you, because that's how the hypocrites make their money off of the Most High. You're going into their temples that are stealing from his. And they're going to leave you holding with the bag now very soon. That's why when it says, that's why they don't read that scripture in Proverbs 22:7. Okay, let's read it again. You are a slave. Everybody is. And see, when you tell people the truth, then you do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring. Let someone else praise you, not your own mouth. That's why I said, look, I don't lift up myself to nobody. It's not me, it's the Father. Okay? And the praise goes to him and not your own lips. That's why my name is nothing. It means nothing, okay? It don't matter what it is. It's the Father who matters. Stone is heavy and sand is a burden. That's why you're always working your butt off for the liar. But a fool's provocation is healthier than both. Anger is cruel and fury overwhelming, but who can stand before jealousy? Yeah, we're always jealous. Everybody is. Better is open rebuke than hidden love. See, the rebuke is we must rebuke any and all things that have to do with the spirit of Amun-Ra. But you're in a society and your world is considering it around it. All the world leaders are praying to this idiot. That's the problem. Christianity is Amun-Ra. Islam is Amun-Ra. Everything is Amun-Ra. And not Tatanzambi and Pungu Spirit and Truth. And even many Tokwis and Kimbanguis, because even they both said it. Toko said it and Kimbangu said it, that there would become followers behind them that were deceivers. They always want to take you to the pig god party. Get away from those people. Okay? I'm not trying to get you to that fish fry and that cookout and the last roundup of the idiot. That's why you got people now went to it's for kids, the rodeo. People don't even know what the rodeo was really about. It goes way further back than what the Spaniards did with it. You're going to see it goes all the way back to ancient Babylon. They lied to you. This was competing for the Queen of Hearts and the king of Babylon to dominate animals and see how good you're at it. Okay? They just put that spin on it with the prayer and the Christianized. The Christians are praying to the stupid. The Christians are praying to the God that represents the bulls that they're bucking on. Keep doing it. You're going to the roundup for real. They say, oh, yeah, I'm going to the last roundup. Yeah, you sure are. Everybody's with the ox and the yak and everything that you keep worshiping the animals. The secret societies are worshiping the animals that these people are riding on. You don't get it. You're bowing down to the stupid horse. You're going to see this. People are going to get mad. The horse and the bull are your animal. The horse and the cow are your gods. But a why it says, where is the one that it says? Do I have the wrong scripture? The slave is in debt to the lender. Yeah, it's 22:7. I had it right. Why is it? Is it Proverbs? What am I in? Oh, I'm in 27. That's why. It's 22:7. When I saw that, now I know where they get 227 from. Okay? But the stuff I was reading was also good. A good name is more desirable than great riches, but to be esteemed is better than silver and gold. That's why they want you to take a name that the Father has. He don't care about none of these names. None of these names are like, pfft. None of the names that they give you through Amun-Ra, he cares about. Rich and poor, that's why you name your child after fallen angels and you don't even get it. The Europeans don't know what they're calling their children. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender. Correct. And as long as this is the system you're under, you do not see the Father. Nothing. All you're doing is begging for mercy from the stupid, serious idiot. Bingo. Your Uncle Bingo, you're praying to him. Okay? As a Muntu Banabeto of Isolele, these are not our gods. Like I had the one lady say, go read Hosea 2. She wanted to know why I had to read. I said, because right now that is happening today. We have all these shepherds out here chasing after false gods. And they're lying to you because they're getting paid by Esau. 100%. All the banks, all the world is being paid by the God of Esau. So, of course, now I'm the hypocrite. I'm the idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. Your children, I was so glad when they scapegoated Dick Gregory and they said, school is being there to take your soul. I felt it when I was there. I had this discussion with my dad several times. I was like, Dad, it don't feel right. My wife, she told me she got kicked out of history class. Many people are probably, I said, this one brother told me, he said, yeah, man, but see, the Mason has made it look like you're a fool if you don't go to school. Whose school are you going to, though? They put you there because it's obedience school, like a dog. 100%. That's why I walked away from it, because I'm teaching it like it's obedience school. That's why people they have issues with their students, because they have students in there that see the teacher's liar. Okay? But what they're doing is they're forcing you on the board, just like what happened to them. When they got beat up and they got whipped and they got all this stuff for being disobedient, now the Canaanites and all the other, they're flipping it back on you. So they're whipping you and you're getting paddled for learning Lucifer's knowledge. Yeah, that's going to cause big problems. And of course, when I say it, they're going to say this guy's a liar. No, because I taught it. I saw it. I saw the history books that didn't match. They were inconsistent, so I knew the history was false. I saw how many different scientists sat there and they couldn't agree on theories. Why can't they agree? Because they're hypocrites. They're wrong. If you got one scientist saying this and another scientist saying that, that's the whole stupid yin-yang crap. Oh, I agree with this. Oh, I agree with that. Oh, I agree with that's the two of them going back and forth, the two idiots. And of course, then that also connects to the wizard, the warlock, Thoth. Okay? The Father himself is never confused. And his knowledge is no confusion. None. So if you're sitting in school and you're telling the teacher, man, I'm confused, you know why? That knowledge is coming from Lucifer. When you go to church and you say, I'm confused, I don't get it, that's because that knowledge is coming from Lucifer. Watch, it's going to break open the gates like crazy over the next few months when you find out that these people who run the world, that's all you were for, is cattle, is carrots. You're still chasing the stupid rabbit down the hole. That, oh yeah, see, I lay eggs. That's your education system. That's your governments. That's your churches. That's your schools. Because there's only one knowledge. But you're believing the knuckleheads that are telling you it's good and bad are good together. Everything in this world is the wrong tree. You're barking up the wrong tree every single day. But then I'm the idiot for telling you that because they want you to go to the roast. See, that's when they talk about, oh, we're going to go roast people on TV. You don't know what that is. They're honoring the stupid kid. See, when they went to find the boar that killed Tammuz, and they cooked it, and they put the apple in his mouth. There's where you get the pit, the lechon for the Spanish people, and the pit, and why they do all that stuff. They took the pig killed Tammuz. Then they had a party after they found it and they killed it. Okay? The apple was symbolizing the fact that that was the original sin. Okay? All right, I'm going to read this real quick. The apocalypse, I'll do the other apocalypse later. I'm going to go back to Leah. This is going to happen, people. It's coming. But a pure fast is what I created with pure heart and pure hands. It releases sin. It releases disease. It casts out demons. So your fast, the pure fast, is what? Watch this. Remember from the time when he created the heavens, the Mfumu created the fast for benefit. So he already knew people were going to sin. So he created the fast. The men on account of the passion desire to fight against you so that the evil will not inflame you. But it is a pure fast that I have created. The one who fasts continually will not sin. Although jealousy and strife are within you, let the pure one fast. Whenever the one who fasts is not pure, he has angered the Mfumu. What does purity mean? In obedience to the spirit of Tatanzambi. In obedience to his way. If you are a person who is living in disobedience, the Father is angry with you, and so are the Malakis. That's why they told me, they said, look, your house, everything about it has to be about the Father. It can't be this Christianized mentality where they pick and choose. They always do that. It cannot be the Muslim mentality where they're not even close. They're picking and choosing. Okay? You cannot pick and choose what day you're going to actually do good and the other days you're going to do bad. Okay? You know, we always got to do this purification. But a pure fast is what I created. It heals disease. It releases sin. It casts out demons. It is effective up to the throne for an ointment and for release of sins. That's why you're always needing to be anointing yourself. You always need to be purifying yourself. And you always need to be aware of who is around you. You cannot be equally yoked to people who are worshiping the stupid pig god. No matter what religion it is. That's why I tell my mom and dad, I'm like, I like to visit them, anybody. I'm fine talking to them. But when it comes to discussing the scriptures, you got to let it go. If they haven't cast out the God of the heathens, forget about it. You see, so let those people believe that if they want to believe that hypocrite Osiris is their Lord and Savior, there's nothing you can do about it. Let it go. They're going to perish. They weren't on the list. If they don't understand that you cannot mix the two together, and if they don't understand a Mason cannot even be in the congregation, let alone teach, that's on them. Because that person who took an oath, he cannot stand there and preach. The person who took an oath, he cannot be in the Bible study. They cannot teach anything. Now, they can be used to give knowledge out, but as far as teaching you the way, heck no. They cannot teach it. They took an oath to Lucifer. Among you, if his honor is his craft, will go forth in the field without a tool in his hand. Okay? So the concept is Tatanzambi gave us a bit, okay, the word for tools. What are your tools? You got to know. First of all, you got to have the one who gives you the tools. Bisadilu. You have to have the Bisadilu, if you say tools with plural, Bisadilu again, or Kibende. If you don't have the weapons or the tools of the Most High to go out, you're going to get jacked up. This is what we're learning to have. They're gonna jack you up and you won't be able to do it. King Kongo has his tools and his weapons, okay? All right. So now this is the video
from the Aramaic version.
I'm going to pause it for now. But if you go to listen to this story, you're going to find out this is what they did. They took many of the, see now, when you look at Hananiah, Messiah, it's actually Messiah. That's where you get the word Messiah from, actually. And Azariah. They didn't look like this, no, and this is not Mikaeli. Go somewhere. But they want you to keep looking at Cain's image. That's what they want. They want Cain to be there, and they want Cain to be your God. They want Jupiter and his angels. You know, let them believe what they want. But it was a war between black angels that caused them, that took place. They were all Bakongo. All right. So let me go right back to the once again. And then we'll get to the song. See, the roaring lion, the king of peace, will rise up in the west, will run upon the seeking lion, like a lion roaring. He will kill the king of injustice. There's going to be these wars, people. See, Egypt is going to fall. All of this. They call America the new Memphis. We are suckling serpents and dragons when they are in fact worshiping the dragon. That's why the Father did not want us to mix. And many of these people are going to find out this is why they're having the problems that they're having. See, white people and other races of people, especially the Chinese worship the dragon. So therefore, you're going to have problems with them when you're talking about us. That's why they come into Africa tearing it apart with everybody else. The dragon always wants to tear apart the Most High's creation and have you selling it and burn it up. You're in a fire sale right now. That's what they're doing to it. The dragon always wants a fire sale. The Most High is always out there putting out the fire of this wicked demon. But now he has to use his fire again to now reset it. The whole thing has to start it over because they got everything out of order. You got all the different people in the wrong place. He got to put it back the way it was. Get rid of this garbage. The New World Order is putting everything out of place. So they cannot have peace. So you see they got Trump going over there. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk peace. Trump can't bring peace. Biden talking about, I'm going to bring peace. Biden can't bring peace. Putin can't even bring peace. The only way that can bring peace is the one who created it in the first place, the Solomon. You cannot get peace from Baal. It's a lie. If you're going to keep thinking it's going to happen, you fool yourself. Because the Watchers, the Nephilim, all these false gods, they said they have no peace. So they're always going to be killing each other over the world for the precious resources that the Most High, they're now telling you are rare when they're not. They always keep telling you, and the stupid sorcerer, he keep telling you more and more lies. And the more you believe it, the further down in the pit and the further down in the rabbit hole you keep going. Until now the Most High going to drop the grenade down the rabbit hole. Boom! Done. Rabbit hole over. That's Zechariah 5:1. That's open up. It's like, hey, Esau's rabbit hole, boom, I'm going to go put the grenades down there. Because he tried to blow us up with grenades. So yeah. They're gonna the good and the bad spy, they're gonna kill each other. Now the yin yang team's gonna blow everything up. Because they're gonna get turned against the people. They're going to destroy everything. All right. Let me put the song on. Again, I don't own the rights to it. It's kind of low. But I don't own the rights to it anyway. Kingi Zola Zola. I guess the event must have happened. Somebody just asked me if something happened to Donald Trump. What's the day? 7/13/11? I was anticipating some things. No, they just mentioned, somebody just asked if Donald Trump got shot. I done told people, you ain't ready for what's coming, man. Because if they said that, that's a setup. Can't touch that, man. I knew something was going to happen this weekend because they got the stuff going on with Ron Dalton too. I hope he's going to be okay today, and I pray that the Nzambi will help him get his movie out, because I know they want him to come to the Congo. Today is a 13 day, 7/13. So it's a 4 and 11. So it's a 9/11. The 6 can be flipped upside down, 6/11. And I knew something was coming this weekend. I just didn't know when it was going to happen, but I knew it was coming. Yeah, it's going to get interesting now. Vayete. Okay. Okay, Wakanda. Again, I hope to get this video out soon. If for whatever reason it comes into a problem with YouTube, it will be here on StreamYard, because I know they have different rules or whatever. And so you'll be able to watch it on StreamYard, but you probably won't get it on YouTube if it has any type of copyright stuff. But it will be here, and you can watch it on StreamYard if you have it. And then, like I said, you cannot be touched, people, the way they think. If people are dying, if your children are suffering, it's because you're continuing to trust in Baal. You're listening to the stupid goat god, the false gods, and everything. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, Zola Queen Sambalolam. Like I said, here now everything's getting interesting. Zola, Salakambote.